Okay, so Fortnite has a bunch of stuff coming in the future that most of you guys don't even know about. So in today's video, I'm going to cover everything going on in OG, main BR, and everything going on in Fortnite in the future. So let's get into the video. So first of all, Tung 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 Sahur and Ballerina Cappuccina are in the Fortnite item shop. I hate my life. But the good news is, Phineas and Furbeck's Fortnite finally happened. I'm not going to be buying these skins, honestly, because they're a little bit pricey, you know. And I think this is the dumbest way they could have done Perry, for sure. Should have just been a sidekick, honestly, but, you know. But let's get into the important stuff. American Dad X Fortnite is likely in the works. And I do have to say, this is going to disappoint a lot of people, and it disappointed me the first time I saw it as well. Fortnite X Minecraft was likely never real. Apparently, the leaker that leaked that wasn't 100% sure. They weren't even really 50% sure that that was even the case, and they could have been completely wrong, and they probably were. And with the American Dad collab coming to Fortnite, we're going to get a Stan Smith skin and a Roger sidekick, along with the new Trespasser Elite skin or style is seemingly coming soon. Now that probably doesn't seem like much to most of you, but that is actually very important to the storyline, could even be bosses or guards on the map in the future. Possibly more high-stakes cosmetics / skins. We haven't really seen these since Chapter 4, but I would love to see those characters come back, and they are pretty cool. And then I have a list of bugs being investigated in OG, and by the way, I'm very proud of you, Fortnite. We need to go over everything Fortnite's been doing, and we will in a second, but let's look at this first. Incorrect chest search time. The flint knock pistol is projectile instead of hit scan, which is a problem, and I have realized, so I'm glad they're fixing that. The northern lights are currently less visible at night than intended. Paradise Palm's grass color mismatch. Buried treasure can spawn under terrain. A small mound is missing from Loot Lake. And by the way, shout out to all these leakers out there and people that are letting Fortnite know that these things are wrong with the game, and Fortnite's actually fixing them too, which is pretty awesome, and I think is exactly what we need to be seeing out of Fortnite. We've even been seeing Fortnite devs and people that work at Epic talking to leakers more and sort of interacting with the community. And that's something that I think we haven't seen for so long. That's really refreshing to see that happen again. They've also been bringing back the April Fool's Day stuff with the power hours that have been going on, which I actually released a video on earlier today, so you can go check that out if you want to. Along with, this is so funny, I had to put this in here. It's been 7 years, and I still don't know how to open this chest and get down without taking fall damage. And, yeah, I still do too. This one's pretty big. The Fortnite OG material cap is now 500 instead of 999. Now, this is going to prevent a lot of skybasing and stuff like that, I feel like. But at the same time, they did add Siphon back, and I think this is to actually kind of... And this is kind of to balance the game with that, because you do get 50 of each mat every time you get a kill, along with like 40 or 50 HP. So I feel like this is actually a pretty balanced change. You will need to win 300 rounds of Arena's box fight to get the Builder's Crest back bling. Also, this is where the storyline starts to pick up this season. I think this might be actually telling us what's going to be going on in the future. The Dark Harvester might rift into OG Fortnite very soon. There are encrypted files for a small event tied to OG Fortnite. The music used is the Dark Voyager spawn theme. This is definitely getting interesting. And I think they're very right. OG is in a perfect state right now, and honestly, a live event would just make it even better. And tying in the OG and maybe our storyline even further than it already is, because we already know it's literally intertwined. I mean, we have the visitor from OG in the main BR Island right now, but over in OG as well, we have the helicopter and the rock family are in movement. So these two things have always been really fun. The rock family, throughout the end of Chapter 1, and I believe even at some point in the future chapter, maybe Chapter 3 or something, they move around the map and have a ton of fun, and I remember it being really funny. I think they might do the same thing they did originally, but I'm still going to keep up with them and check leaks on them all the time. So let's start with the helicopter. Location north of Hot Springs. The government helicopter has arrived on the island and begun its scout mission. And then we see landing number 2 north of Lonely Lodge. The government helicopter has arrived, flown to the second location on its scout mission. However, the telescope is missing this time. There used to be a telescope next to the chopper, but it's not there. So maybe they're changing some things and how the storyline plays out this season. And then we have the Rock family, one of my favorite things ever in Fortnite for like mini events. So east and west of the volcano, we have the Rock people were left in the rubble on the ground after the arrival of the volcano. And then we can see stage number 1 here. The rock people have begun to reform out of the rubble, reaching out of the ground. Pretty cool, and I'm going to be keeping up with them as we go through the season, so we'll check on them in the future video. The Foundation team has unlocked the golden fishing spots. Now, the golden fishing spots are just golden fishing spots around the map that if you fish, you're pretty much guaranteed to get like a good weapon from it, I think. And I think you can also get the mythic goldfish again, so pretty cool. The Reflector Wrap might finally release in the future. It's been in the files since Chapter 2, Season 4. Rumored that the Fortnite Rank 2.0 will have a ranked pass. I mean, come on, that's freaking awesome. Mysterious Fortnite teaser for Friday. See you in Act 2. Wonder what we'll learn this Friday. And this was said by the Director of Game Development. Now here's where things get kind of funny. The Bye 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 emote might never return, making it one of the rarest emotes ever in Fortnite if you have it. And luckily, I do. The reason it may never return is because someone is getting sued. But not Fortnite, not again. We're not doing that again. It's actually, I believe, Sony is suing somebody else that gave the rights to Fortnite, if you know what I'm saying. It's kind of weird, but there is some suing going on. Fortnite's completely fine, though, so don't get worried. So this emote probably will never return. Oh, and literally right now, as me recording this, we just got another update on the Rock family. East and west of the volcano, the Rock people have finished reforming out of the rubble, now shocked at the sudden appearance of the volcano between them. And the helicopter is now back to normal, I guess. South of the racetrack, the government helicopter has arrived, flown to the 3rd location on its scout mission, surveying over the northern desert. And now it has the telescope, by the way, so it's actually fixed again. And Fortnite asked, should we keep the Pew Pews around for a little longer? Every single person said keep them in the game because they are so fun and funny. Along with the rest of the April Fool's stuff, it kind of feels like original OG Fortnite. It's just really funny and stupid, but I love it. And I think the rest of the community does as well. But that is all the news that I have for you guys today, and I do hope you guys have enjoyed. Let me know if you want me to do more news videos by leaving a like, subscribing, and turning on those post notifications, because I stream and upload daily. And I will be seeing you guys tomorrow for another incredible video. Peace.